Hello, Randonauts. So today I'm really excited. I knew I wanted to make another Randonautica video. It's like my thing now and I'm gonna be making them for a while. But I had this intuitive thing come to me today because I was thinking about how can I do Randonautica adventures in a way that is really productive in terms of finding really cool stuff and doing this breaking the matrix thing that we have talked about. So this intuitive thought came to me today, and that was to go to historic sites, especially haunted historic sites, and to do the Randonautica app at those sites. So basically asking Randonautica to lead me to a place within that site or near that site that is going to reveal something that's aligned with my intentions and all that fun stuff. So right now I am parked on the side of the road. You can probably hear the cars going by because it's a little bit of a busy kind of country road, but there's nowhere else to park because I am at this amazing historic site in Boulder County that I have always felt was the creepiest thing in Boulder. So let me show you. So this house is called the Boulder County Poor Farm. It was built in the late 1900s. I forget the exact date, but it used to be a mental hospital. And before that, it was built by this guy, William Chambers. And this land, I'm going to kind of pan out to the land, and I'm so sorry about all the car noise behind me, but we can't fix that because it's a busy road. But this land was originally the campsite for a bunch of soldiers that were going to do the Sand Creek Massacre. This was their campsite, and this William Chambers guy who built this house in the late 1800s. He was the guy who organized a lot of the Sand Creek Massacre armies. So yeah, after he sold it, it became a mental hospital in the early 1900s, and then it was bought after that by a family who owned the house for many decades, and then eventually it was bought by Boulder County and has been vacant since, I don't even know, I feel since 2011, for a lot of years, but it's well taken care of, as you can see. But I'm going to put here a picture of what it used to look like. Okay, this is the closest I have ever been to this house, and I'm honestly kind of freaking out. I'm technically trespassing being here, and because it's owned by the city, but it's not open to the public. When the city bought it, they intended to turn it into kind of an attraction and turn this into open space, but for whatever reason they never did that. So it's just kind of been this sort of abandoned but not really abandoned house, and yeah, I can't even tell you. I've been so fascinated with this house since I can remember, and being up close to it, it's I'm just it's intense how creepy this feels. I don't even know what to do with myself, but let's just keep walking until we get in trouble. How about that? I'm usually very much a rule follower. I don't trespass and I don't do bad things, but I feel for this video it's really worth it to check out this place because it always has felt super haunted, super creepy, just a lot of weird vibes. And then this side of the building, I've literally never even seen this side of the building before. So let me show you. It's wow. It's interesting because from the street it really looks like this place is still in fairly good condition, but now on this side you can see this what used to be a beautiful turret or whatever it is kind of falling apart. It has to be held up. So crazy. That is a lot of wasp nests or something. Or maybe those are sparrow nests, actually. Interesting. Okay, I keep hearing this sound as if something is like in the grass, but like following me. It's so bizarre. Like maybe it's just grasshoppers. I'm probably way too on edge here. But anyway, here's the farm. And a really cool old, looks like an old smokehouse or something. I don't know. All these buildings, according to what I've read about this place, they are original. So that's really interesting that this place has been able to stay in like really good condition. Okay, this is extremely creepy. It's like a wood shed now. It's kind of in disarray. I don't even know if you can see it. There we go. That is creepy. Wow. Good times. You guys, I'm literally so creeped out that I like don't even want to be here anymore. Like, you have no idea what this house has represented in my life. It's like this haunted place for my whole life, and I've never ever gotten this close to it. And being here now is like, even though it's the middle of the day, I just can't describe like the energy of this place, of how just weird it feels here. And I know I need to pull out my phone and start randonauting, but I'm a little nervous. I just can't with how like creepy and abandoned this place is. Okay, I'm back in the car. I am not gonna lie, guys. I initially planned to like actually pull out my phone and do the randonauting, like the intentions and all that, like on site. And I still am like on site. I'm just parked, you know, on the street from the house. But there was just something about the energy being there. Like, I didn't even like feel safe putting my camera down to film. Like, it just felt so intense at that house. Like, it's just an energy I can't even describe. So I'm back in the car and I'm going to do the randonauting. I'm still going to do my intention and see where it leads me in this area from here. So I've got the app up, and my intention for this randonaut adventure is going to be to reveal something really creepy and just something that I need to know about this house specifically. Okay, wow, that intention worked really fast. Sometimes it's really slow. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. It's pretty close, but we are gonna have to drive a little bit. But I'll just kind of show you like my screen, if you can kind of see that. Let's navigate to there. Yeah, it's just up the road. Like, it's literally like a minute drive, it says. So let's just drive a little bit and see what happens. So here's the thing about Randonautica. Its results and where it takes you is often very, very personalized to you, like to specific memories that you have or to specific locations that have a significance in your life. Like, I've really noticed that as I've used this app. And what's fascinating, I just got here. I got to the location, and it's super close to the house. It's just like right down the road, basically the same area. And it's at this old church that is also like kind of abandoned. I don't know if it's just COVID abandoned or like real abandoned. But this location is a spot that I came really randomly like a million years ago, like probably around the same time that Boulder County bought the mental hospital was the time that I came here. So it's like there's such a fascinating connection between the Randonautica app, knowing my memories and my history, and like linking it to whatever I was just doing. So I came to this spot very randomly after like a really bad breakup, and I just sat by the water, and literally the spot is like on the water, like I'm about to walk over there, and was just like super fucking sad. So there's a connection there. It's crazy. I don't fully know what the connection is between that fucking haunted house, excuse my language, and me having like a really sad, depressing moment here, but there's a connection. So I'm gonna get out and we're gonna explore the area, because maybe there's even something more to find. Creepy abandoned schoolhouse, and then here is the church, which is not that old, but it is kind of, I don't know, it's got kind of an abandoned vibe to it. So I turned the corner and there's this like gaggle of geese here, and they totally just like freaked out. I startled them pretty hardcore. So, hello geese. Are you a part of my Randonautica adventure? There's an old timey bell. Maybe that has something to do, because we're basically at the spot now. Like, the spot's technically a little bit farther down there, but we're pretty much there. Oh, there's like a plaque. Let's look at this plaque. Not super relevant to our haunted mental hospital, but that is the year I was born, 1987. So again, Randonautica is like very personalized to the person who is using it. Interesting. Creepy fire pit, another old-timey wood pile. What is it with the creepy wood piles we've been finding today? Also like old-timey dock with boats that look like they shouldn't be used. What is this? Nothing. So I'm literally standing on the spot right now, looking out at the water. So right over there, I put down my keys. Right over there, behind all those trees, is the house. You obviously can't see the house because of the trees, but it's like right over there. And yeah, we've just been led to this like kind of weird marshy lake thing. And yeah, I'm also getting weird vibes here. Like the same kind of vibes that I got at the house, I'm getting here. One thing I keep thinking about is I'm a little bit of a history nerd, so before this Randonaut I had to do a little bit of extra research about the house because I was really curious. And I was reading about the Sand Creek Massacre in general. And so those militiamen, they camped at that house, and then the next night they went to Kiowa County to slaughter a bunch of Indians in that horrible Sand Creek Massacre. And there is a quote that like is like haunting me right now, from one of the generals, and he spoke of his own men, and he said it was so hard to watch the little children kneeling and the men who are so-called civilized bashing their brains in over and over again. So that's what that house was like founded on. Like the guy, William Chambers or whatever his name is, the fact that he was a part of that massacre, and then he loved that like fort he built so much that he built that house on that same land, and then after he sold it, it became this mental hospital. It's like the energy around that whole thing is just so messed up. And I feel like this whole land, even though it's so beautiful and it's like really kind of a picturesque place to be, but when you think about the history of what this land is represented, it's like a pretty dark thing. So yeah, I think it's time to head on back. We have felt the energy. Okay guys, thank you for watching this Randonautica video. That was a really intense experience for me, but it also makes me really eager to go to more historic sites. I kind of even would like to go back to that one. I think maybe if I didn't go alone, I would have felt better there, but the fact that I was alone at the house and I just didn't feel comfortable putting my camera down and filming there, it felt like at any moment something was gonna like pop out and eat me. So who knows, I might go back to that house and do a more in-depth filming of it for you if you would like. I'll do it with a friend. So anyway, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm probably gonna keep doing a new Randonautica video every week, and I'm gonna try to keep with this theme of going to historic places. So I will see you in my next video.